Okay.
Okay, good morning and welcome to Real Life Education Through Real Life Stories. I'm Dr. Robin Lococo, President and founder of Challenge Champions and Heroes, an organization that looks to bring honor and recognition to the special needs community and their caregivers, the heroes. We believe that every life is valuable and created for a purpose. And our goal is to show that even though you might have a disability, you can still do great things in this world. Everybody has a need to be accepted and be a part of. That's their basic human right. And that's what we're here to talk about today. I have a very special guest, Ambassador Carol Marlene Latona Rivera. She is from Guatemala, so we're going to get a good perspective on the human rights for special needs in Guatemala today. Ambassador Carol is an educator, an activist, and a promoter, again, of human rights. She is Miss Guatemala for Peace in 2023. Carol has earned an honorary doctorate from United Graduate College and Seminary in 2020. She is a university professor. And Carol, may I ask you, your professor, is that also in human rights?
Yes. Yes.
Yes?
With a specialization of human rights.
Okay. So, welcome today, Ambassador Carol. Thank you for being a part of our show today. And it's a pleasure to hear what you have to say today on the special needs community. Thank
Thank you
you.
for the invitation. It's my pleasure to share a little bit of the huge task of to promote the human rights of the person with disabilities. Thank you so much for
You are
inviting me.
welcome.
Mhm.
You are so welcome. So, looking at your bio, is there anything that you would like to share that I didn't share? Go ahead and
Okay. It's a pleasure for me to share through a little bit of what we are working here with a lot of friends, with organization, and as a human rights professional. Having assertive human rights perspective requires, first of all, training, but also being in that field work in areas that are difficult to access with those people that not everyone wants to visit or listen, because we know that we will find more challenges and disadvantages that need to be resolved, and that the approach it's very complex.
yes,
The main task that my professional life have allowed me is, as a human rights promote, is develop dissemination action and education in human rights. Um, as you said, I am graduate of the University of San Carlos, Guatemala, the only state university in Guatemala,
uh-huh,
with a specialty in pedagogy and human rights. Besides, I have 15 years of work in the Human Rights Attorney General Office, 5 years as a human rights educator, and 10 years as a head of the promotion department. And there is a lot of things that we need to do, but the issue of dissemination, teaching, and promoting the human rights of the people with disabilities,
uh-huh,
from elimination pejorative words from our vocabulary, and when we are referring them, create spaces for inclusion, talking about their human rights, and above all respect them of report, it's all necessary. When we discuss topics on radio or television, we take advantage of the minutes we are allowed to reiterate that as a society, we need to pay attention to the needs of the people with disabilities,
yes,
such as accessibility in all public spaces. We don't have it here. In education settings, in homes, and in every place. uh, also to guarantee the opportunities for education and decent employment, treat them with respect, and allow them to have opportunities to develop their potential,
Yes.
not belittle them or treat them with pity or as incomplete persons. And it's, it is important to raise awareness when we share reflection of the exclusions, discrimination, or violence suffered by people with disabilities. When we have developed trainings, action, or specific human rights of people with disabilities in conferences, on workshops, or talks, courses, or whatever in person or virtual way,
Uh-huh.
uh, it is interesting because we talk about inclusion, but hardly a person with access in Braille, for example, when we are teaching his human rights, we don't have one. Also, we don't have information for to, or we don't have people to make the simultaneous translation in sight language, for example. We don't have here in all the opportunities to teach their human rights. So
Yes.
I think this is a signal of the limits that we are having here. We don't have the in all the spaces or in all the 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 opportunities to teach their human rights. We don't have a person specialization for the simultaneous translation in sign language, for example. But
Mm-hmm.
we know that we have supported many people with disabilities, empowering them with relevant important about their rights and motivating them to never settle. We have had as a guest professional with visual disabilities, for example, or who move in wheelchair. We have given a priority to their participation,
Uh-huh.
them telling about the challenges, but also about the great achievements that they have always had. Because for us, it's simple to go to school, for example, but for them is more complex.
Yes.
As a friend who was my student said, she has a visual disability, and her mom uses a wheelchair. She tells her, "I will be your feet, and you will be my eyes."
I
It
like that.
is shocking. We have no idea of their great challenges,
Mm-hmm.
but they are people full of life and dreams, and we need to collaborate so many they achieve them,
Yes.
their dreams, their goals. But we
I
know that
agree.
we just but we know that we have supported many people with disabilities, empowering them with relevant information about human rights, and make a lot of activities because I think that it is impossible to make an inclusion without them. We need to count with them, include them, listen
Yeah.
them, sharing with them.
Yep.
Here we have a lot of people with any kind of disabilities, but we don't have the same kind of programs, of the same kind of specific education, or the same kind of opportunities to work. We don't have here. So I think they are just making all that they can.
Yeah. So since the passing of the law in 1996, paying attention to those with disabilities, would you say that things are progressing forward, or have they pretty much stayed the same with concerning
Um,
disabilities
I
in
think what
Guatemala?
we are in Guatemala, we have a little bit of improvement in specific laws. For example, degree in 96 law of attention to people with disabilities and its regulation. We are created within the internal legal system here.
Uh-huh.
Also, the National Council for the Care of the People with Disabilities was also created. seeking
good.
to promote and comply with that is indicated in our constitution. We have two articles to set the obligation for the special needs of the people with disabilities. And also in the human rights of office of Bunas office, there are the specific of office to attend the people with disabilities who
Okay.
receives complaints of human rights violation of people with disabilities. There are some organization and companies with agreements to the business person to integrate people with disabilities into their staff. That is, I think, not more than 1%, for example. And there is the Committee for the Blind and Deaf of Guatemala, and they are other organization that allow specialized support to study or to train in trades, but there are not great difficulties in access because there is no adequate budget for meet this obligation in the national level,
Uh-huh.
nor the specialization to integrate the people with disabilities into the train system, for example. We don't have this opportunity um, to attend all the needs in education or to get a job, a real job to cover the needs of the people with disabilities.
Yeah. I recently read that 60% of those with disabilities don't attend school at all. So
Yes.
can you speak a little bit about uh, how many schools there are maybe, and also there's not an education to train teachers in Guatemala for special needs. I think that's a big issue also.
Yes, the in the formal system in education here, the inclusion is solved to integrate the people with special needs in the regular system, but there is no an specific um, education for the teachers, for example, to attempt the special needs. So just include them, just take care of them into the classes, into the courses, into the schools, but there is not a specific program to attend the specific needs. So the teachers are taking care as they know, as they are able to manage it, because they
Okay.
don't have a package, for example, to attend uh, education of with Braille, or to have the specific equipment in
Yeah.
technology to attend them. They don't have it. Also, for example, in the superior education, the people are able to get in, any person, but we have regulation in the laws that they have a specific abilities to get to work as a professional. For example, when people are able to study laws with the visual disability, and the person is able to get the title, but he's unable to make money with this because the law has the stop to to work with this study. Why?
Okay.
Because the people has the visual disability. So I think we don't have the enough vision how to attend the needs of the people with disabilities. Even
Hmm.
in the formal system of education, neither in the private system of education, uh, none in the primary system, or in the superior education, and
Uh-huh.
also with the businessmen in the factories or other things. they don't have a specific position to make an
Okay.
opportunity for them.
Okay.
So I think that people are just surviving with the help of their family or of the social programs. And in the other side, they
Uh-huh.
are we have a lot of people with disabilities with uh, precious, for example, a precious voice singing, but they are not receiving the payment for singing, or they are studying for um, to be a great cooker, for example, but they don't have the space to do that. And
Yeah.
that's so frustrated because they have the abilities,
Right.
they
There's
have
limited
the
jobs to begin
courage.
with.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
they have the limited jobs. And it's first of all the study to get in the system. Besides that, to approach their learning, and after that to have an decent employment.
Yes. Yes. What, in your opinion, or what you have seen, what is the greatest disability that you have there in Guatemala? Because I know many places autism is very well, there's a lot of people with autism. Would that be your biggest disability in Guatemala?
I think that in that kind of disability or that kind of attention, there are more in the private system education. I
Mm-hmm.
think that they are more inclusive here with that kind of attention. And there are just for a little bit of group of people here who has the the money to pay it, to has the opportunity to get it, but it isn't free. It's just it's just with the family, or where the people has the enough money to get that opportunity
Yeah.
to study. And I think that in the private system of education here we have a lot of opportunities, but it's just for a few ones. And also I think that in Guatemala they don't care about to make an inversion
Yeah.
to get money to pay programs, to get money to make the opportunity. So
Mm-hmm.
the family are resolving that. I have a partner in the work who has a grandson with this kind of disability.
Uh-huh.
And I think that the grandson is receiving a lot of love and specialization in the health. And I think it's about 2 years ago, of 2 years of age, and he is receiving the specific attention in education, in health, because the family has
Yeah.
the resources. But it is not the same reality in other places here in Guatemala. Also, I think that in the places here far from the center of the country, they don't
Uh-huh.
have the knowledge to recognize the needs, to recognize the special needs. And they don't have the level of education to
Mm-hmm.
to make the advices to help his family with this kind of needs.
Right. Right. Or
There are
even that they know the numbers of how many may be in that area. There is no type of a survey or government counting system that's going on to research the numbers.
the the numbers. The last official date here was in 2010, but
2010.
the 2010, but the official organization who has the responsibility to get this kind of information, they don't um, ask about it. Just is counting how much people are here, how much
Yeah.
people are are studying, how much people are working, that's all. But they don't have that kind of countering, for example. They don't have, they
Yeah.
don't, they don't care. It's my appreciation.
And have you had a hand in the special needs human rights directly, or
Um,
and
mhm,
go ahead.
okay. In these years, I think that the best opportunity to talk about the human rights of the disabilities, or the human rights of the the people with special needs.
Uh-huh.
I was, I think that I we was working with courses, conferences in, sorry, because there is a noise. A noisy, okay, it's okay now. um
Okay.
I think that a course special to this topic, it is some kind of a disadvantage, because the people doesn't want to hear about it. So we are teaching human rights,
Yeah.
for example, uh, working the human rights of women, and we are having students with special needs. And
Yeah.
after that, they are talking with us and said, oh, thank you so much, I feel now more empowered, I feel now more confidence, and I have more information about my rights. And also, when we are uh, teaching or talking about a specific uh, knowledge of the human rights of the people with disabilities,
Uh-huh.
we are trying to include, to speak the people, for example, for with visual disabilities, or people that they are using um, uh, wheelchairs, or the people who are working with this kind of groups, because they have the reality of the situation, they have the reality, and also they have the, the experience in their local area, how to improve the all the things that they are suffering, or all the things that they are needing.
Yeah.
So we are working that way. And also, I have a lot of friends. For example, I have a friend who is a professional, and he is working with the radio, and he is using this channel to improve of the people about all the human rights. And also, last year I had a call for a person who was my students in one course of human rights of women, and he talks about a problem with a person in his family. And s- he said, I need to get to the justice system, but they are not hearing me, because
Yeah.
I am a person uh, with visual disability. So
Okay.
what I have to do? And I said, you have all the rights that the other people has. You just has to let them know that you are capable, that you are ready
Mm-hmm.
to take this challenge, because she was looking to get his uh, his nephew and to take care of her. And because there was a legal problems to solve, and
Yes.
the the girl needs a home, needs a tutor. So after that, he was talking with the judge, and he is on care now. He is with her nephew. He is taking care, he is sharing, and he's happy, because
That's
She
good.
said, "Oh, I feel better now because I know that I have my challenges as a person with visual disability, but I
Uh-huh.
have I have a life and I have a right, and I have to know first of all me that I am able to do everything that I effort for what."
Good,
And
good.
I think that when we are teaching about human rights,
Uh-huh.
I, we are teaching about human rights of people with disabilities, because we are talking about inclusion, we are talking about respect, we are
Yeah.
talking about justice, and we are talking about equality. And I think that this is the first step to uh, make a better world for the people with disability. So in these years, the last 15 years, we are talking about human rights in the radio, in the television, in courses for different kind of
Good.
people who is working in with the organization from the state, that
Uh-huh.
are the first of all who the responsibility to take care of the human rights of the people with disabilities.
Yep.
Also, we are working with leaderships of women and younger people, because they have the opportunity to share it with other people. But I think that the the more difficult that has the people with disability is in the education system.
Yes.
And after that, um, they don't have this opportunity to study, and after that they don't have the opportunity to work.
Mm-hmm.
So they are keeping in their families, in their homes. Also, there are difficulties to move
Yeah.
to one place to other place. And the people here with organization who are working here with organization, they have programs, but programs such to sell uh, some things, to receive some kind of education,
Academy
but
or
not
education.
not tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
Some kind of education to be like using your time. That's all. So just to
Yeah.
use your time, we have a lot of things and activities here for you. You're able to learn here ABC, for example, or 1, 2, 3, and that's all. They
Yeah.
don't have a program, for example, to get an title as a technical line, or to get an employment after that. No, we don't have
Yeah.
here that kind of help.
Okay. Okay. So we get an idea of what's happening. But the important part is just getting this out there and being heard so people can know what the real issues are and changes can be made. And I know there are baby steps in Guatemala, but they are happening. And I've also, in a positive note in moving forward, I've read that the United Nations recently had their country team come in, and they had a Yo Me Sumo. What is that in Spanish?
Yo me
Campaign?
sumo. Yo me subo.
And that means, what is
I
that?
am I am including. I am
Huh?
including. I am including.
I am
Huh. Including. I am
including.
in. I am
Ah,
including. I am in. Yes.
okay, I am in.
Some kind of me too.
That's great.
It's some kind of me too. I was searching in the web, and I saw that this campaign is some kind of opportunity to highlight the experience of people with disabilities, with their
Uh-huh.
voices, with their to share their feelings, um, to express from the skin of all
Yeah,
of them.
that's a beautiful
Also,
thing.
but also is an opportunity to denounce the abuses from the experience.
Yeah,
I think that it's the goal is to make a reflection with the society, that we have the responsibility to include them, to take care of them, to make a real world with equal
Yes.
warranties and equal opportunities, and also to erase all kind of violence that they are suffering.
Yeah.
And I think that the little bit of steps, they are making the difference.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit difficult, for
Yeah.
example, to to help them, because they have a lot of needs to solve, not just the disability. Just the disability is solved for with make the health to get the places, for example, to has the access, the physical access to get the buildings, for example, but they are living other needs. They are living, as you said, the property, the violence. They don't have the opportunity to study. They don't have the opportunity to work. So
Yeah.
there is increasing the situation of their needs. That's
Yeah.
why we have to make an integral opportunities to them. I
Yep.
think the first step will be to get an specialization in the formal system of education, will be
Uh-huh.
the first step, and after that to increase the opportunities to get a real job.
Yes. Yep. It's bringing awareness is the key. The more we can get this out there, the better. I know even in a country that is making bigger steps, Guatemala has a lot of issues with crime and in poverty. And of course, that's going to play a part in things moving a little bit slower in the inclusion movement. But we're going to stay with it and we're going to keep pushing forward.
Yes.
Amen.
Yesterday, I was so proud because this person who was talking about my student is organizing a campaign for his friend
Uh-huh.
who is suffering of some kind of cancer, and she was moving a lot of activities to help them.
Good.
She has a visual disability, but she is moving a lot of people to help his friend. And I was so proud because sometimes we are just seeing our needs and seeing how to solve ours, but she is looking to help his nephew, his
Good.
mom with the wheelchair, his friend with the cancer. And I saw her in videos, and I saw her uh, to call the people to help other people, and think that they are able to do more than even we think
Yeah.
they are able to do.
Yeah. We got to come together to make this happen. And if each one does what they can do, it'll move that much further faster. So, well,
Yes, yes.
Ambassador Carol, I know you're very busy. You have many things to do, but I appreciate that you took time out of your busy schedule to be a part of this. I thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you so much. I hope that my English it's enough to share what I see here, what I live in here about the person with the people with special needs, and
Mm-hmm.
also the compromise that we have with them, and also that we are inspiring for the work that you are doing. And
Thank you.
I think that there is a great example of we are able to get more here. Thank you so
Yes,
much.
thank you. So, if you would like to hear more of from Ambassador Carol and what she's doing with the human rights in Guatemala, please feel free to email her at cLatonaRivera5@gmail.com. I'm sure she would love to help you more with that. Also, I encourage you to check out my website, www.challengechampionsandheroes.com. And if you want to reach me to be on my show, Real Life Education Through Real Life Stories, you can reach me at robin.challengechampions@gmail.com. So thank you, everybody, for watching today, and we will see you soon. God bless you all. Thank you, Ambassador Carol.
Blessing. Thank you so much.
Have a blessed day.
Same to you. Thank you.